Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
Can someone please tell me why men, specifically in Miami, want to be pursued now? Want to be chased? What's going on? The stories that my girlfriends have been telling me in the past 2 weeks are atrocious. Men need to wake up, okay? Take the secret thong off.
Exactly. Treat her like a princess she is before she starts eating in front of a camera and turn into Fiona. Why do men in Miami? Because they are the ones with the money, the Lambos, and the yachts. And even though you're the type they'll never go for, a lot of women will be chasing them because they are the ones with the money, the Lambos, and the yachts. And don't get me wrong, I know you have a warped sense of reality because you're getting inside clubs for free, but it's not because the promoters know your worth.
Okay, single women of TikTok, I want you to weigh in with me and tell me if you think this is good advice. So I just had two back-to-back phone calls with male clients that I work with, and they were recapping me on how their dates went this weekend. They both liked the people that I connected them with and felt like it was a good time, but they both got kind of tepid responses after the hey, I had a nice time, like, when can I see you again message. Both these women were like, hey, I had a really nice time, I'll circle back with you when I'm free to potentially like go out again, which isn't a hard no, right? It's not a like, hey, I didn't feel chemistry, but it's tepid. It's like kind of in between. I have always told my clients, if you felt strongly about this person, make sure you follow up with them. Like, don't just leave the ball in their court. You can be proactive about texting and scheduling to a point. I'm not saying like triple texting somebody, but don't be afraid to like carry the lead in texting and planning. If texting falls off a little bit, don't be afraid to text her and be like, hey, I really want to see you. Like, let me know if you're still interested to like go out. Because I feel like a lot of guys are like, oh, that makes me seem desperate or like clingy. But I feel like people are so like fatigued with dates in general and can be so apathetic that it actually is like really nice when someone is certain and proactive and like makes a real effort to see you on a second date or a third date. Women in my experience are really attracted to certainty and self-confidence and wouldn't read it as desperate. They would actually read it as confident that this person is being proactive and following up with them.
Two male clients? Yeah, I'm sure that happened. Experience? What experience? You're asking single women on TikTok for advice, and yet you're the dating coach, and also you feel like there's no I feel like when I'm giving people advice, especially if I'm their coach. But we will pretend that happened. They were both proactive when they said, I had a nice time, when can I see you again? All they got was, let me circle back to you. And you were right in a way, that was not a hard no. That was just, let me keep you around as a backup. And if as a man you want to be someone's second choice, then whatever works for you, works for you. All I'm saying is that will never work for me.
Okay, so I'm not single because I can't find somebody. It's because when I choose to try and find somebody and make the effort, they prove to me every time the reason why I should stay single.
Okay, so I'm not rich because every time I try to make some money, I remember that if I do, I'm gonna spend them. No, seriously, everyone, every single time. Now, don't get me wrong, I know we're all the same, we're all bad, so I've been told. But is it at all possible that, I don't know, let's say 1% it might be you?
Once a cheater, always a cheater?
Ooh, as a cheater, I can.
Oh.
I have an opinion.
Well,
The
let's
answer,
hear it.
he's gonna say no. Of course. Yeah. Of course.
I'm not going to say no. What I'm going to say is, and also you for that. What I'm going to say is
fair. I mean,
yes and no. Right? Is like if somebody has a history of being unfaithful, like they cheat on every girl, they're always looking, that sort of thing. I think that shows some level of intention, right? I had never cheated on anybody until I cheated on with when I was with my ex-wife, and that was very specific, and I was very intentional about how I went about that particular thing. It gave me a lot of shame. Like I was, while I was still with my ex-wife, throwing up bile multiple mornings because I had so much shame and guilt, and like,
Oh no, you poor little princess. I'm sorry that happened to you. What all the three ladies wanted to say and should have said was, yes, once a cheater, always a cheater. Oh, but I felt bad, and if I wasn't getting caught, I would have done it again. No, what you're doing, princess, is deflecting. You know everyone knows you've been cheating. Now you're trying to act like you had morning sickness because of it.
so you wouldn't do
I-
it again.
I can't imagine that would be good for my mental health.
Is that the only reason why, though? What about your partner?
I mean, yeah, sure.
I need to vent about something that I think is so rude. Last week I talked to a girl. She called me right after she had this like vision board party. And of course I was like, how did it go? Like, I know you spent so much time, money, energy into like creating this event for your friends. And mind you, they're like mid-20s. They're not married yet. No babies at home. And she was like, it was so good. Like, I had so much fun with my girls, but sadly, like 4 of the girls are dropped out last minute, even though they had said yes, like weeks in advance, 2 hours before. 2 hours before, they texted her and said, we can't make it for whatever reason. 4 of the girls. And she was being super positive. Then here I come, and I'm like, no. I'm going to be the negative one here, because that is incredibly rude. The non-committal trend that's happening right now is atrocious. I'm all for the glorified advice right now with like putting yourself first, saying no to plans.
So why are we even having this conversation? Why are you wasting my time for? Yes, that glorified advice, love yourself first, is creating a bunch of selfish people and nothing more. How are you not loving yourself just because you love your friends and family? This is exactly what you've created with that glorified advice. They love themselves first and they couldn't be bothered to show up. That's real friendship, isn't it?
I'm a team player, so I am going to share some common icks of dating in 2025. It's trash, by the way. If you're married, just stay married. I think you're going to be better off if you just stay married. Even if you're unhappy, I just recommend staying married, okay? It's nothing. It's trash. The dating pool is trash. 40 plus, trash. Straight downhill. But let's talk about some common icks, okay? Emotional intelligence, right?
Oh yeah, that does it for me every time I hear it.
Second ick, someone that just agrees with everything that you say. Like, my kids don't even agree with me all the time.
Okay, I have a question for the internet. Why do men get weird after intimacy? What is going on there? I don't want the, oh, if he wanted to, he would. If he was interested, he would, blah, blah, blah thing. Because I just don't think that's the full story. It seems to be like an epidemic these days of men being really bizarre and behaving really weirdly after physical intimacy. Not only with me, but like my friends. This happened to a lot of my friends. And like, what is happening? What's happening? What's the problem? Like, there's obviously something happening, and I would really like to know what it is.
Well, yeah, so would I. I would like to know that so I can keep doing it. But explain weird. How exactly am I acting weird? And why don't we have a strong bond that you can ask me anything? And by that I mean having that before we do have our intimate moment. If by acting weird you mean by get dressed and leave, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it.
I've been on my celibacy journey for a little bit of time now, and my teacher, who's been electrocuted 4 times, looks good to me today. So that's where I'm at. That's the update. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Keep in mind that these are the ladies who are telling everybody that they're gonna participate in the 4B movement, and you wonder why that lasted for about 3 days.
Getting left behind. Men in their 40s are the most single that they've ever been.
And also, women in the 40s who've never been married and never had kids are the happiest subgroup of the population.
Keep telling yourself that, darling.
Very true.
That's really important to talk about.
It's really important.
They are the happiest subgroup, and they've never been married and never had kids.
Yeah. So basically, us women are thriving in their careers and self-worth, refusing to settle for partners who distract their lives. And a lot of the men that were actually spoken to in this survey have retreated to playing games and being dismissive of women because they're too bossy or they are too picky. It makes sense now, and I'm like, aha, okay.
Oh no, whatever are we going to do now? I guess we're just gonna have to enjoy having peace and quiet while enjoying our hobbies. And once again, there is no study suggesting that women are happier being over 40s and single and blah blah blah. But there is quite a few studies that suggest your happiness rely on antidepressants to even be able to get out of bed in the morning. Alright, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.